Good evening, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I'm going to talk about our third state of experience that most of us experience every single day, and this is the state of deep sleep. And I found this quote by Ernest Hemingway, which I loved, so I thought I would read it to you. He says, "I love sleep. My life has a tendency to fall apart when I'm awake. And isn't that the truth, right? So, of course, it's in our waking state that we often experience not such comfortable things. And of course, in a dream state, we can have some really amazing, wonderful experiences, and we can have some that are a little bit more concerning. So, in both of those states, the mind is active and involved. It's kind of the subconscious mind when we are in our dream state, but it's combining with our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. In deep sleep, we kind of move away from the mind. So there's no actual thinking and participation in that time. And doesn't a deep sleep feel fantastic? You might notice children when they're in a deep sleep, and they are the most peaceful looking, beautiful babies, which in the daytime they could be quite energetic and maybe easy and not easy. People are the same way, right? So when people are in a deep sleep, sometimes you might have experienced this if you're going through a really bad cold or a cough, or you are going through some sort of uh, work busyness that then gets you to a point that you get to bed and you just fall into this deep sleep. And how do we know that we're in a deep sleep? Because if our mind is not alert, then we only know when we wake up, right? When we wake up and we're alert, and it's a little touch of the ego mind that comes in that allows us to actually know that we've had a really good sleep, which is what we'll often think of as a deep sleep. So deep sleep feels rejuvenating, exhilarating, refreshing. It feels so comforting. It feels like that's exactly what I needed, that really good sleep that I had last night. And that's usually referring to the deep sleep. So I found another quote, and I thought this would be a good time for us to recognize that deep sleep and meditation are actually very closely connected. So when someone is doing a deep meditation, it's very close to a deep sleep, except that there is an alert presence in the meditation. That consciousness and that alertness is something that's within our control. And that letting go of control from the ego mind puts us into a meditative space. So I found this quotation by Sri Ravi Shankar. And this quotation, I think, will be a nice segue into learning a little bit more about ourselves as we're learning a little bit more through this series that I'm doing. This quotation says, both sleep and meditation refresh us, but meditation can free us from past impressions. With regular practice of meditation, we are able to shake off our emotional garbage stored in our mind for years and feel rejuvenated. And it's true. When you are comfortable with meditation, or if you get to a place that you get comfortable with meditation, you will feel the same sort of refreshing feeling that you feel after a really deep sleep. And remember that most of us are aware of a really good night's sleep when we wake up, right? So when we wake up, it does take our conscious mind to actually be aware of that. But it was letting go of that control of awareness in the sleep that allowed us to have that peaceful, restful, rejuvenating experience. And in meditation, there is some conscious involvement, and yet there's still a letting go. So this is a different sort of space to be in, which is interesting because a lot of people use meditation to fall asleep or to relax or eventually fall asleep or to help them rest or be more peaceful in their minds. And you know that sleep is very beneficial to mind, body, and soul. So deep sleep is very, very useful that way. Meditation is also useful in the same way. So I hope today you can sit and reflect on how is your sleep? Is it more in a dream state, or is it more in that deep sleep state? And then how do you know how long you've been sleeping? We only know when we look at the clock in the morning, right? So this is how we understand that even in deep sleep, We don't know whether it's 5 minutes or 3 hours. We just know when we wake up, we'll look at the clock to see, oh, it's only been 5 minutes, but I felt like I was in such a deep sleep. Or it's been 8 hours and it's like, wow, I had 8 hours of sleep. So see how your sleep pattern is, and that will tell you a little bit about how your mind is functioning today. I hope you do that for 5 minutes after this video, and maybe even tomorrow morning, just reflect on how was your sleep the night before. So tonight you can go to bed thinking about, I'm going to think about how my sleep is in the morning, and in the morning check. And if you already know today, sit down and reflect about how is that representing the state of your mind. I hope you have a good time trying to figure that out and understanding yourself just a little bit better. And I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.